Crack that education whip. Hey everyone, it's Jammy and I'm here today to give you 5 tips for caregiving. So before I get started, I want to let you guys know that I work in the home setting and I work with individuals who have disabilities. So this is great advice for anyone who wants to become a caregiver, you're just curious about caregiving, or if you're a caregiver already and you have not done any of these tips. So let's get started. Tip number 1 is to have a contract. A contract is an agreement between both parties and what they expect from each other. Now, I personally created my own contract. However, you can go online and get a template and tailor it to your specific job's needs. In my contract, I listed my job details and my pay rate for a normal day, an overnight day, and overtime. Now, you need to clarify with your boss what is considered overtime. You also don't have vacation time as a caregiver, so if you have like vacations planned ahead of time, I would list those in your contract as well. If you have like a weekend or a week that you take off, with your family, a birthday, Christmas, place it in your contract. Now, don't stress, because if you do take a vacation and it's not in your contract, it doesn't mean you can't take a vacation. It just means that you need to give your boss enough time to kind of prepare for your absence. Tip number 2 is to have a schedule. Schedules are important when you have more than one client. Now, I would give myself at least an hour in between each client so that you arrive on time. You are penalized for picking up a client late. They usually have like a late fee that's usually like $30 to $50 or even more. So you want to avoid that. Punctuality is very, very, very important. So I would give yourself minimum an hour. Of course, you can give yourself more time. I would actually personally suggest to give yourself more time, just in case, because you don't have control over the environment around you. So there could be traffic, an accident, a bad weather is just really big right now. I can't tell you how many times I've been driving in flooding waters. It's ridiculous right now. So please arrive on time. Tip number 3 is client confidentiality. Do not post your clients online. I'm gonna make up an acronym here. It's gonna be PBP. Permission before post. We're gonna remember that, PBP. So your client's privacy is very important. Of course, we know everyone is very into social media now, and that's great and all, but your client's privacy should be protected. A lot of times, social media needs to kind of be separated from work. I know we all get excited about posting, oh, they did this, oh, they did that, and that's great, but you need to ask permission. If you have permission to post, that is fine. You can post on your social media. But if you do not, you are not allowed to show your client's face at all. Tip number 4 is traveling with your client. So many times you have to travel to different locations with your client. The problem is you could have a liability issue if your client is injured and they're not at the location that they're supposed to be at. So in that case, I'm going to give you an example. Let's get these creative juices going. So we are going to go to the grocery store and your house is on the way. So we're gonna stop at your house and you're gonna leave your client in the car while you go get your lunch. Well, the problem with that is you should never leave your client in the car. So the only other option is to bring them inside of the house. So you grab your lunch and you turn around and your client is on the floor. Oh my goodness, how did this happen? How have they fallen and they can't get up? I don't know, but we have a problem because now we have a liability issue, and who is responsible? You are. And where are you supposed to be? At the grocery store. So your client is injured under your care in an environment that is not on the schedule. So we do not want to have that happen. We want to avoid that at all costs. So make sure you run any errand before you get to work. Even if you were late, if you forgot something, go get it before work and just tell them you're going to be late. I know it's probably not, the best for the parent. They're probably going to be really upset. If we want to keep the client safe, this is the best option. Now, if you're going to be late and you're worried about that penalty that I was talking about earlier in the video, I'm not really sure what to say about that one. We're gonna have to brainstorm on that one a little bit more, or you're just gonna have to like go without it, because we do have to make sure that we avoid that penalty as well for being late. Tip number 5 is all about you. So a lot of times as caregivers, we forget about ourselves, and self-care is very important. I can't tell you how many times I become so engrossed in my job that I forget about myself. And I know it's kind of embarrassing because like literally I'm forgetting to like eat, go to the restroom, I end up having a headache, and then I feel sick, and then I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I'm like, honey, you need to eat. Like a lot of times I don't even eat at work. Like I wait till I get home to eat, and I don't get home until late. So it's kind of counterproductive for me. And I'm like going on this ongoing cycle of just destroying my body. And I'm like, stop, Jammy, stop. Just take a breather and just calm down, relax. It's okay if you don't get everything done, but at the same time, just give yourself some time. Take a vacation, take a day off, and just spend the whole day at home. Eat some snacks, watch some movies, watch some freaking anime. I don't know, that's what I do. I watch anime and I play freaking Call of Duty all day. Like that is my free time. That's what I do. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's not a break. Well, you know what? That's what I like to do, and it calms me down and it makes me feel relaxed. So whatever you like to do, no matter what it is or how crazy it sounds, just do it. That's my caregiving advice. 5 tips for caregiving. You can subscribe if you want more caregiving videos. Type caregiving advice down below. And yeah, I'll see you around. Let's crack that education whip.